Greetings from the vacay. Quick getaway. I did a post a couple days ago. I didn't keep it. I don't keep all my shit. Sometimes I'll throw it out. It's crazy because I did a post on why I'm leaving the Democratic Party. And I'm done. I'm going independent after this election. This is the last election that I'm going to vote as a Democrat. Part of the reason why I deleted the video was because I kind of saw something later on in the day that disturbed me. When I was stopping at my local gas station to get gas. The gas station that I actually go to get my gas from, because I'm funny about where I get my gas from, that's my family in the background. We got a pool out back. It's a straight up quarantine down here. We ain't fucking with nobody. We fucking with the home team. But I was at the gas station. My gas station cashes checks. His brother came in. Me and him came in at the same time. You know, it's a 6 feet thing, so he's standing over here. I'm standing over there. He didn't have nothing in his hand. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, go ahead and take that. I was like, I'm gonna need a few things. He was like, bet. He rolls up. He's like, hey, I was in here this morning. He's like, I was trying to cash my check. He's like, the lady wouldn't cash my check because she said my check wasn't enough money to cash here. And I'm looking around like, what the hell? This is a fucking Chevron, like by the railroad tracks, like on the way, like out of my side of town. I'm like, what? And so the guy, the owner of the gas station literally breaks down to the guy and explains to him, is like, oh, well, your check isn't $800. And since your check isn't $800, we can't make enough money off the fees for us to be worth cashing your check. And I'm ear hustling. Me and him is sitting at two separate kiosk stations, but we're both at the front of the line. And I'm thinking to myself, and he's like, and the guy's telling him, like, you know, you need to make at least $800 on this check for me to cash it. And the guy just looked at him dead ass serious, said, bro, he said, my check's never going to be $800 at this job, but I got things to do. Can't you just cash this check for me one time? And the dude was like, no. And at that moment, I realized the depth of how much the Democratic Party has truly failed people. Like, I don't care what you say or who you are. Like, I want you to understand that if you're a Republican, you feed and you fit into some sort of white supremacist or racist agenda, whether you know it or not, and most of you know it. So stop acting like you're not some part of a white supremacist, racist agenda of institutional and fundamental racism that runs this nation. Let's make that very, very clear. If you're a Republican, you are partaking in white supremacy and racism in some sort of fundamental and institutional level. Don't try to dance around that bullshit. But the thing about the party that I'm leaving is that they're supposed to be keeping you motherfuckers at bay, or fighting you off, or warding you off. And I'm just going to tell you something that most Republicans know. This party has turned into a bunch of punk ass bitches. Straight up and down. This is the same party that couldn't get the most qualified person in the history of the presidential race to beat the least qualified and most idiotic and stupid person to ever grace this office. And we've had a lot of stupid racist people be the president of this nation, but nobody worse than this guy. And it's not even that he got in, it's the fundamental breakdown of the policies and the politics of this nation, when a woman who is more qualified than every man that has ever stepped into arena literally can't beat the worst person ever to run for this office. That's not the Republicans making a coup. That is a Democratic failure. You want to keep going to Democratic failures? This party never jumped behind Obama the first time like they should. They were actually more fans of Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. Look how that shit's working out for you now. They shaking their boots, worried if Crazy Joe can even beat the stupidest motherfucker in captivity, because they know that he may not have what it takes. They already failed Hillary. The failure of this party is because they're not doing what they need to do. They are treading fucking water. They told the only great president to come out of the Democratic Party in the last 50 years that he was not ready to run. They racist as fuck too. They was really trying to say, black boy, sit down. Except the black boy didn't sit down. He hijacked the party. He just hijacked the party with a class and grace, so nobody ever talks about it. Same way 45 hijacked this party. Like, Obama did that shit to the Democratic Party. It's just, oh, he has grace, he has tact. Oh, he's highly intelligent and skilled, so you don't even realize that you just got the motherfucking jewels ran on you. They didn't even want him. He's the only good thing that's happened to this party in the last 50 years. Rest of them have been crackpots and extended policy and partition of the Republican Party. Clinton's three strikes ties right back into Reaganomics. Reagan and George H. Bush are the worst motherfuckers in the history of the black community in modern times. And I want you to understand, Republicans still to this day sit at the throne of Ronald Reagan like he's great, but that's because they know he's upholding their institutional racism. The problem is the Democratic Party stopped fighting institutional racism a long time ago. And so I'd rather be independent and independent of thought and not even have to be aligned with these weak ass motherfuckers. Because they super weak. Say whatever you say about the Republican Party, they are strong. They will get behind each other, whether they're right or wrong. And I know I'm in Republicanville right now on vacay. I'm probably pissing some of the white people off as I'm walking the block talking this shit. But we already pulled up on the block yesterday. They know they ain't about to do shit to us or for us. And everybody else need to get like that too. Get out of that party, get independent. Definitely don't go fuck with the Republicans. I'm gonna say it again. If you vote Republican, you're feeding into a racist and white supremacist agenda, whether you're a racist or white supremacist or not. But it's a whole nother thing when the Democratic Party is providing no resistance to the racism, to the white supremacy, to the injustice. Oh, I'd much rather be independent and free in my thought. So call me when you call Obama to speak. And other than that, fuck your team and fuck your convention. Out here.